ShinRobjira.
Today we're going to be talking about the Hiya Toys Exquisite Mini Aliens Crouching Alien Warrior figure. When standing straight up, Crouching Alien Warrior will stand just under 5 inches tall. 1/18th scale, as the box says. And full disclosure, this video is sponsored by Kaukus Toys. Kaukus Toys is an import site from China that carries a lot of the same things that INS Hobby does. They've got a little bit of everything, but the major difference between here and INS Hobby is that with Kaukus Toys, for the very first time in this channel's history ever, we have a promo code to use. Oh yes, ShinRobjira-Kaukus Toys, you'll get 6% off any order over $0.00. Heck, if you click that link down there in the comment section down below, the one that's labeled ShinRobjira code, you can actually scroll through a bunch of pages where you can see that coupon already applied to some specific items. Transformers, horror-related stuff, I believe there's some Marvel things in there, and of course, Godzilla, like the new Heat Ray translucent version. My little code gets you a pretty decent knockdown on the price, so give him a shot. But anyway, Hiya Toys Exquisite Mini Alien figure. How is it? It's rather exquisite. Pun intended? Not intended? Pun intended / not intended. The paint and detail on this thing is... it's absurd. How dare a 1/18th scale figure look this good? Tiny, minute details. Beautiful paint applications. And I really do have to stress beautiful paint applications because, oh my god, I wasn't expecting this thing to look so damn good. Yeah, I was looking at promo shots as me and Zoe were discussing what they could possibly send me. And my thought process was, I don't have an alien from Aliens. I've got an alien from AVP, from Alien 3, Alien Resurrection somewhere. I've got aliens from pretty much every Alien movie except Aliens. What's wrong with me? Jimmy Cameron would be upset. So I decided on this guy just because, hey, I need an Aliens alien. And getting this thing out of the box for the first time, I was just very much floored. The hints of blue and metallic blue strewn about on the figure with absolute precision. His silver nails, his dainty little hands also coated with paint. Even the inner mouth is going to have some decent paint applications on it. Granted, it's not the best thing I've ever seen, but remember, this is a 1/18th scale figure. The fact that there's any paint on that small thing at all is an absolute miracle. Look at all of that. And thankfully, this isn't one of those figures where it just goes unpainted on the backside. I mean, the tail mostly goes unpainted, as you can see. Oh wait, does it? No, there's paint on the tail too. I stand friggin' corrected. The figure looks good from absolutely every angle. From the bottom of his heel to his shin, thigh, chest over here, I mean, goddamn, that looks amazing. To his neck, all to his ugly little face, or her ugly face. I'm not sure alien gender. It's impressive, but at the same time, it's not all that surprising. Seeing as how Hiya handles Godzilla with such grace and rationality, this really shouldn't be a surprise. So I'm going to give the Hiya Exquisite Mini Crouching Alien Warrior figure 2 solid stars in terms of paint and detail. I really wasn't expecting much. I was actually more excited for the other figure I'm going to be talking about on Friday to get here than this one. But getting this thing out of the box for the first time, man, I was floored. I was surprised. I didn't realize it came with accessories. Yoga Alien comes with a stand, 2 stand connectors, and 2 alternate hands. Honestly, not bad for just 20 bucks. And the alternate hands are very nicely painted. And of course, outfitted with some premium looking details. And replacing those hands is as simple as 1, 2, and then 3. There we go. And as you can see, he looks a lot more attack ready. Less like he's going to give you a passive, possibly angry hug, to now probably turning you into half a meatball. The hands go on rather easily. I did have a hard time at first though, because getting this figure out of the box, I was floored by the paint and detail, yes, but this thing was stiffer than a corpse in the middle of Antarctica. For the most part, anyway. I guess now we'll cover articulation. Also, out of curiosity, for anybody who's bought from the Exquisite Mini Aliens line beforehand, I've got a peg on my stand, but I've got no peg hole in the feet. Is that a standard issue thing, or did I get a copy just without a peg hole in his foot? Comment section down below, please. Alrighty, up first, we will have a hinge at the jaw over here. Tip the figure forward, and a little mouth will come out on the inside. The mouth is kind of like the SH Monster Arts Big Chap. It kind of just sits in the mouth and waits for you to just tip him forward so it can come out. Now, despite the head being molded in a looking up pose. There is no way you can change that, just saying. There will be a ball joint down here, so you will be able to move the head from side to side like so. You will be able to get the head to look somewhat straightforward, and you'll also get some rotation at the neck as well. It's a bit limited up here, but I really don't mind it. At the arms, you can go up about that far. You can bring them right back down. Full rotation. A lovely bend at the elbow right here, as well as rotation. As you saw prior, there is a ball joint at the wrist. The hands can, in fact, rotate all the way around. And we will get some minor up and down movement at the wrists as well. Also, would you look at that paint? Jesus, Hiya. There will be a ball joint at the torso over here, so you can move all the way around like so. You'll get a nice little baby ab crunch right there. It'll more so just pivot backwards like so. At the tail, we will have a bendy wire. And, you know, it's a bendy wire. It's mostly just there to help the alien stand. It's his unofficial, or her unofficial, third leg. I really don't mind it. Honestly, I'll take a bendy wire and an alien tail versus whatever the hell Bandai did with that thing. Thank God I'll never have to review that. And now we'll move on to the legs, both of which can move down like so. They can move out for some splits action, about that far. Rotation at the thigh. Double bend at the knee. You will be able to bend at the ankle over here like so, as well as back at the ankle like so. There will be a toe bend at the foot over here, which can also help with some pivots over here. I mean, it can do a full rotation, so that's nice. Unfortunately, there will be no pivot at the ankle. The only downside to these legs is that they can be kind of loose. But I've found if you just shoot them up like that, they don't get as loose. So there's that. I'm pretty sure these were made to just go down like so you can get this guy into a crouching pose. Articulation-wise, this thing has quite a lot for a small $20 figure, so I'm gonna give it a solid star. Posability-wise, even though it is somewhat limited by its crouching warrior alien-isms, mostly just the head looking straight up, the figure manages to look cool no matter what, coupled with the paint and detail. This articulation, it's just good stuff. I'd actually really like to see what Hiya could do with an exquisite basic Xenomorph figure. Size of about Godzilla, same amount of paint and detail. I mean, I'd be there, dude, in an absolute heartbeat. Posability? Solid star. Not bad for my first not Godzilla related Hiya figure. Honestly, just messing around with this guy throughout this entire review, I had fun, and I kind of want to get more now. Thankfully, I just so happen to have a code on a website that sponsored this video, Calcus Toys! ShinRobjira Calcus Toys. Check it out. I do so hope you all enjoyed this review. Please send some love over to Calcus Toys. Their service is great. The people working there are great. And as you can see, the figure arrived here perfectly fine. And when next we meet on Friday, we will be talking about yet another Calcus Toys sponsored item. And I'm going to be honest with you all. What I'm talking about on Friday, one of my favorite figures of the year, easily. See you then.